Man, subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel. It's a lot of information coming out about JayDaYoungan, man. First of all, I want to say rest in peace to JayDaYoungan. Condolences to the family. It's rest in peace. So comment down below if you're a JayDaYoungan fan. And let us know, rest in peace to JayDaYoungan. So moving forward, man. So TMZ talked to JayDaYoungan dad. JayDaYoungan's dad name is Kenyatta Scott. Okay? I don't know how TMZ got a hold of this man, but they ended up doing it, man. And so he basically gave more details on what happened. And basically he said JayDaYoungan and Kenyatta Scott, his dad, they were sitting on the porch. This is in Bogalusa, Louisiana, man. What is JayDaYoungan still doing in Bogalusa, Louisiana? He should be in Los Angeles, Miami, somewhere where it's got gated community, maybe even a gate and a fence around your whole mansion. You know, the baby had a fence on his mansion, and when somebody tried to do this to him, he was able to pop him because by the time they jumped the fence, he already figured out, his security system already figured out somebody was on the premises, and he was able to eliminate them before they get to him. So now I'm wondering, what was JayDaYoungan doing in Bogalusa that made him want to stay there? I know he got family there, but he also should have millions of dollars, or he was getting millions for the last few years. So you think by this time he would have already got a nice house in the hills, somewhere safe where he don't have to worry about being on the porch and getting ran up on in the middle of the day in broad daylight with your pops right next to you. Okay, so JayDaYoungan dad also had a scrap on him, and he busted back. He fired back at the gunman to defend himself and his son, but he got hit twice in the arm. So I'm wondering, how did JayDaYoungan get sent up and you the one who's blasting back, but they didn't hit you? That's crazy. Like, they hit him in the arm, but it's like, man, you would think that the person that was doing the shooting back would have been everybody shooting back at him at one point, to where he would probably get hit all over the place. But he got lucky, man. He only got hit twice. But the rapper JayDaYoungan, he was hit at least 8 times, man. 8 times, man. So somebody knew what him and his dad was doing. I had to say this, man. I'm going to just be 100%. I don't know what his dad was doing in the streets, but his dad seemed like he was involved in something. For his dad to be carrying a scrap, still want to be in Bogalusa. Most of these rappers' dads, I mean, look at all these other rappers' dads. They stay out the picture. They stay out the limelight. They don't want to be, they'd rather have all them and their family move somewhere else. And when word got out, JayDaYoungan was doing his house arrest in Bogalusa, it was quick, man. All the ops was riding through the hood just to find where he was at, man. And rumor has it, on the streets, they had some numbers on his head, man. They had money on his head, and even his dad knew about it. And that's why his dad kept a scrap with him. But that day where they were sitting on the porch, somebody slipped up and posted a live video of them sitting on the porch. And it was just a matter of time until the ops spin all the blocks and found the same house numbers with that same blue house color. And it's an alley behind the house they was at, where they sitting on the porch. In the backyard, there's a whole alley. And there was like 3-4 times that day a car kept creeping in that alley, way too much, creeping in the alley. And one time, even a truck came and turned out the alley and went in front of the house, man. And then 30 minutes later, that same truck come back and pull up in front, and then you see the 5 goons running from the back alley to the front. And they ain't even go on the other side where it's more trees and fences. They went straight through the side, through the alley, where everybody could see them. And once they turned that corner around, they knew from the video they seen that It's gonna be JayDaYoungan dad on the left and JayDaYoungan on the right. And the way that JayDaYoungan dad, Kenyatta, he got his scrap in the back. He had to get it out the back and his lower back, in his waist. And so they knew they had at least 2-3 seconds where they will be able to hit JayDaYoungan, man. Because if they want to collect the money that was put on his head, basically they have to do it very quick before Kenyatta busts back, his dad busts back, then they got to take off running. And it's two. A lot of people saying there's 2 cars. No, it's 3 cars, man. You got the white truck, you got the Nissan driving in the back alley, and then you got that black car that came and staked it out that earlier that day. That's the same car that came and took the picture. They said, his sister said it was a car that drove slow at first, the black car. They seen that at least 2 hours before this whole thing happened. And that's why they even went outside. That's why JayDaYoungan dad said, you know what? I'm going to stand outside on the porch with the scrap because we already seen this black car driving by way too slow. And they thought that's the car that took the picture of them. And then now you come to hear that he went to surgery and he passed away now. And then JayDaYoungan dad still talking to TMZ. Like, whatever he was saying to TMZ was a lie because he's trying to cover something up, man. This is just like the Young Dolph case where Makita's Raven lied to the interview. That's exactly what JayDaYoungan dad did. He was lying about how it happened because the fact that he busted back meant that he was involved even more. Like, he knew these people. And so this was all coming from a street beef that could have been possibly from him. And he got his son put at risk, and you see what happened, man. And so y'all got to understand, man, hey, the age don't matter, man. Even old men be gangbanging or in the streets and doing all sorts of stuff they should not be doing. But they kids is rich, and they don't even want their kids' money. They like, nah, man, I don't want your money. You go live somewhere. We're going to stay in the hood. And that's that. Man, if JayDaYoungan just would have got somewhere that wasn't in the hood, wasn't in Bogalusa, because Kenyatta Scott, JayDaYoungan dad, is saying out of his own mouth in that TMZ interview that he thinks the shooting happened because people are jealous that JayDaYoungan made it out of Bogalusa. How could they be jealous he made it out of Bogalusa, but he still gets shot in a house in Bogalusa, staying there on ankle monitor? So it's like he ain't make it out. He should have actually never lived in Bogalusa. Whoever house it is that he was staying at, the people he was at, he should have moved them out that hood, man. Bogalusa is a small town. So when you a rapper, you a celebrity, or you a known person around Bogalusa, you come back into town and you do this or do that, word is going to get out fast, man. And people are going to be looking for you, especially with this day and age, social media, everybody recording, everybody actually posting where they at, their locations and everything like that, man. Y'all got to realize you have to open your eyes and look at the facts that you can't get caught lacking in your old hood. You have to move out when you get a certain chance and only be back for some type of presidential event where you got security everywhere. Just like when Lil Durk went back to Chicago for 4th of July, he had ops, he had literal 12 closed down the blocks, the 2 blocks that he was walking on O Block. He had him close it down, wore his chains and everything. That way he could hang in his hood, he could be with his family, but he don't have to risk getting ran up on because he had professional security, military security guarding the entire street, blocking it off where they barricaded it. So JayDaYoungan should have did the same thing. If he was going to go back to New Orleans, he should have went, man, first of all, he should have went with lots more security. He should have had more security than just his dad with the scrap. He should have had his cousins there with him with the Drake and the sticks, man. And y'all got to understand, he can't go nowhere. He on the ankle monitor. So it's no wonder they told him you have to pick a residence that has a family member at. And the only place that he knew that he actually could go and do his 30-day whatever ankle monitor was in Bogalusa on that same street. But if he would have moved his dad and his uncles and everything, if he would have moved them to the hills in Hollywood or maybe even the greater Louisiana area to where it's rich, the French houses, he might have been able to have a chance of survival. His fences up there, his gates, it's hard to get to, his hills. You got elevation. So if something go down, the dude with the scrap has an upper advantage because they at the vantage point, man. Just like snipers on the roof, basically. So y'all got to understand that it's so strategic. The way that they strategically came and hit him up and did this hit, you have to also strategically move and stay in a place that's safe. That way it can't be ran up on. And if somebody does run up on it, because things still happen, if someone does run up on it, you make it harder for them to get to the front door, to get to you. So you got to live at the top of the palace, have the gates at the bottom, have the guards and the whole everything, man. This is real life. So if you care about your life, you have to move a certain way that shows you care about it. Hey, man, and go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like this video, and comment down below, man, what you think. Rest in peace to JayDaYoungan. Condolences to his family. If you rocking with JayDaYoungan, comment down below. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'm going to catch you on the next one.